Hey guys, want to make your home cozier and save a little more money? Take a free online energy assessment from Energy Trust of Oregon. It's fast, easy, and gives you personalized tips to boost your home energy savings, lower bills, and more comfort. Shoot, I'm taking this quiz. Let's take it together at visitenergytrust.org/assessment. We can join thousands of Oregonians already making smarter energy moves. That's energytrust.org/assessment. Lansu Chinese Garden is celebrating 25 years of culture, community, and connection this September. If you haven't been, it's the gem of the historic Old Town Chinatown neighborhood. And now is the perfect time to discover why Lansu is more than a garden. They're inviting everyone to help them celebrate their milestone with discounted admission, cultural performances, historical exhibits, and so much more. You can go to lansugarden.org for more details. That's LANSU garden.org. Circle V Portland, presented by Veganizer, is back on Sunday, September 14th at Castaway. It's Portland's premier vegan tasting experience. It's where chefs from your favorite vegan restaurants like Plant-Based Papi, Au Bon Chocudo, and Mis Tacones, just to name a few, are working in pairs to create unique collaborative dishes. Tickets include 10 of these collaborative dishes, some small bites, and drink tastings. And a portion of ticket sales benefits local nonprofits. You can grab your tickets at circlevportland.com. That's circlevportland.com. Today on CityCast Portland, we're continuing our neighborhood guide series where we talk with Portlanders about the good, bad, and ugly of where they live. And this time around, we're talking about Southwest Portland's Arnold Creek neighborhood, home to what might be one of the most well-stocked bottle shops in the metro area. Joining us is Arnold Creek resident and KBOO News director Althea Billings. Althea is going to tell us why Arnold Creek might feel like the closest thing to just living out in the woods. It's Wednesday, September 10th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Before we get into specifics, I want to know what the boundaries of Arnold Creek are, because I got to tell you, I have never heard of this neighborhood. I had to look it up. I feel like we did a neighborhood guide for South Burlingame, and I feel like perhaps this might be adjacent.
It is adjacent. Yeah. You're not alone in not knowing what Arnold Creek is. I wouldn't say it's like super well defined. I've lived in Arnold Creek and in Collinsview, which is also technically next door. And all respect to the neighborhood associations, they've got their delineations. But typically when I'm talking to people, where do I live? I live really far southwest. I ask folks if they know where Lewis and Clark College is or PCC Sylvania. I kind of define it, what I consider my neighborhood is to be between those two colleges south of I-5. So maybe that's a little bit more expansive than other folks think of it, but that's the neighborhood.
Yeah, it just sounds like a swath of land.
It is. And it's a little bit the burbs, I would say.
Okay. So give me your best Arnold Creek pitch. Like, what do you love about living there?
I love that I feel like I live in the woods, kind of. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's still Portland. You're 15 minutes from stuff. So that's maybe a minor drawback. But I feel like I live in the woods. It's very like shady and there's a lot of space. You're not necessarily packed in super close together all the time, which is nice. Mm-hmm. I got some neighbors who really do it up for Christmas. And that's pretty cool. And it's also really nice, especially in the summertime, just because of all of that tree coverage and some of that higher elevation areas. Mm-hmm. It's quite a bit cooler than the rest of the city. Sometimes I come and see my friends out in Woodstock and I'm like, it's hot over here. Oh my God. And I go home and it's like, 8 degrees cooler than the rest of the city. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get just a little scared about fires or anything like that?
Yes. Sure. Of course.
I mean, I know we're doing a pitch here. I'm just curious, like whenever people live in, these massive tree canopies, like they're pretty much in the woods. I always wonder if that's always in the back of their head.
Yeah, there's like a walking path near where I live where one of my former roommates one time had to like run out at 5 a.m. and like stomp out the beginnings of a fire that somebody threw a cigarette butt, I think. She's good like that though. So, I mean, crisis averted. But yeah, it definitely is like that far south. It was a few years ago that Clackamas County and some of those areas were getting, get ready orders for evacuation, which I forget which wildfire it was, but definitely a concern. And the trees play a big part, right? As much as it's cool to feel like you're kind of in the woods and kind of secluded, and you get that nice tree coverage, it is also something that comes up during snowstorms too.
I can imagine. I feel like when I worked more office leaning jobs, it was always the coworkers that lived closer to nature that we just wouldn't see them for weeks, even after all the streets have been cleared. And they would show, and they would just take a picture and they're like, look at this. And you're just like, oh yeah, you can't get out. Like that's a good thing you live there,
Yeah. Good thing that's where all your stuff is at.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to have to leave. Yeah.
So possible fires, getting hit super hard during snowstorms. Like what else would you gripe about?
Yeah. I would also gripe about there's not a lot of sidewalks. I don't like that. And it's interesting because this part of, Southwest generally, but specifically this part of Southwest was brought up a few months ago at City Council with Councilors Green and Smith trying to push for building more sidewalks in Southwest and in East Portland in District 1. Those areas have no sidewalks for very different reasons, but the effect is similar, which is sometimes you're walking right next to the road and it feels pretty dicey.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally hear what you're saying. I once tried to walk to, and this isn't even like as deep Southwest as you, I think it's closer to Northwest, but I was trying to walk once to the zoo from my house in St. John's, cutting through Forest Park. Sometimes I get ideas.
How far is that?
It's like miles. It's like with firm certainty, I can tell you that it's more than 2 miles.
Okay, nice.
We got as far as like Skyline Diner, and then we were just like, oh, there's more. But what I'm saying is just like, yeah, it's crazy how there are absolutely no sidewalks, but for some reason, like thorny bushes. So I was like, oh, nice addition.
Yeah. Well, I will say, look, my neighbors are out there all the time walking. I see everybody, they got the dogs out there, it's
wow.
Everybody's hoofing it. The other gripe I would have is it's not super well tied into bike and bus networks that are in the rest of the city. I have to end up driving a lot of places, and it's just annoying because I have some friends who are like exclusively bike and bus commuters, and I'm like, okay, let's meet somewhere. I'm gonna go pick you up, just because it's a bit of a trek to get out there by those means.
Yeah, after our interview, just drop your address. I'll see if I can walk from my house.
Yeah, I wonder how long that would take.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to pick me up from Skyline Diner. Just heads up. But let's try it. That's a cool idea. Okay, so we've heard a little bit of the positives. We've heard some of the negatives. Where would you take someone new to the area just to be like, this is my neighborhood?
Yeah, there's a couple cool spots out there, especially if you find yourself over there. One of them is, of course, the Capitol Highway Deli Market. This is one that everybody hypes it up, rightfully so. It does have it feels so random that it has so much beer and wine selection, but they have a ton of stuff there. I will also shout out, they have a bunch of interesting sodas. And specifically, not like novelty sodas, which I think got a little bit overplayed. Or like cheese soda, pickles. Do you want this bacon soda? It's like, no, I don't. Yuck. Hey, there's a reason. There's a reason we weren't making that. But a bunch of stuff that I think you don't see nearly so often. There was like Canada Dry flavors I've never seen. You got your Crush Grape, 4 flavors of Fanta. It's a little off the beaten path in that way. And I like that they will put a can in your hand
Is that
at the Capitol Highway Deli Market. That's my slogan.
Okay. I was like, I'm sorry. Are you just saying their slogan?
They'll put a can in your hand.
Capitol Highway Deli Market.
Yeah.
They'll put a can in your hand.
They'll put a can in your hand.
While you were explaining this, I was like, I've never heard of this deli. I wonder what kind of sandwiches they sell. I went to their Instagram. I implore you, if you're near any kind of computer, go check out the Capitol Highway Mart Instagram, because it is just pictures and pictures of cans of beer. There is nothing else. Hold on. Let me just give this to you in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Just keep going.
Wow.
It doesn't stop. Every picture is a different beer.
Yeah.
I've never heard of some of these breweries.
Yeah.
But do they have sandwiches? I mean, what's the deli part for?
I don't know. There's not. I mean, the deli might be a relic part of the name.
Okay. All right.
It's one of the, it distinguishes which one it is. It's on the sign, but it's mostly they've got so much beer.
Yeah,
if we haven't made that clear by now.
Well, what if after all this beer,
I
want to eat? Is there anywhere to eat around in your neighborhood?
Yes, I went to, there's this new, it's called Babylon Restaurant. It's actually across the street from Capitol Highway Market. They are reopening, they had a grand opening recently, actually. But I was over there and they had this fantastic baklava.
Ooh.
Are you a baklava person?
Oh,
What's your familiarity with that?
Well, I mean, I like it.
Okay, yeah. Simple as.
I've never made it. Yeah, I mean, I know what it is. Is that what's my familiarity? Listen, we used to be friends. We don't talk anymore. But I feel like if I were in a pinch, baklava would come help me out. Like, that is my familiarity. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
baklava
great.
resume on the table.
My BCV?
Yes, dude.
Okay.
It's an Afghani restaurant that is open in the neighborhood. They got all kinds of good stuff there. I'm partial to the baklava also because you can take it away very easily. And you could take it to, of course, if you've never been, Tryon Creek State Park, also in the area.
Ooh.
Love Tryon Creek State Park. Here's some things that you can do there. You can hike. You can sometimes see horses because there's people that ride horses there.
Oh, that's so cool. Do they give rides?
No.
Okay.
No, they're doing their own thing mostly.
Okay.
But, seeing a horse is half the battle, in my opinion.
You're like almost there.
Almost there. They also have a really cool nature center that they do events and different types of walks. Last year, I went on a mushroom walk, which sounds like I was doing mushrooms in the forest. Granted, there are plenty of college students in the area making that happen. This was guided by a fellow with, they were telling me that they had created all of this programming for families, but then there were a bunch of people without kids that were like, well, I want to walk in the forest and talk about mycorrhizal networks too.
Oh, man.
It was very fun to traipse through the forest and look at diagrams and talk about how all the trees are talking to each other through the mushrooms in the ground.
That's so cool. I want to do a mushroom walk, either or, but it makes sense because sometimes when you look at like state park events, they have like the coolest stuff where they're just like, oh, we'll show you how to fish and we have poles. Just come bring $20 or something. Yeah. Like that's so cool.
Yeah. I will say Tryon Creek got added to a list where they the entire time I've lived there, you never pay for parking. It's going to be $10 soon.
For the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. And to be honest, the fact that we don't have to pay for parking for almost any state park in the area, it's a rarity,
It's true. I'll give you that. I think the jump, and granted, this is also from somebody who likes to go down there whenever I don't have anything going on.
Yeah.
And so that being $10 is a little frustrating.
But
going from 0 to 10 instead of guys, it's $5 now.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah.
That I would accept. There are other places in the neighborhood that you can kind of get ingress into the park as well. Places to park your car. If that's a thing that people are wanting to do.
You're like, listen here, I'm not here to tell you not to pay this fee, but I will say there is a lot of free parking elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Just good luck on the highway walking to the park.
Keep your wits about you. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, let's take a quick break here. When we come back, Althea is going to lay out the perfect date in Arnold Creek.
CityCast Portland is brought to you by Diamore Law Group. Let's face it, sometimes bad stuff happens. A serious injury, a catastrophic accident, or even a wrongful death. It can turn your world upside down. When it does, you deserve unwavering support from a dedicated team. Yep, you need a lawyer. Diamore Law Group has over 30 years of experience protecting the rights of Oregonians. Their team of skilled attorneys, led by distinguished trial attorney Tom Diamore, will work tirelessly to make sure your voice is heard and your rights are protected. Here's what one of his clients said. Tom fights for his clients from the first day they meet him through the last day of trial. If you or a loved one needs help holding those responsible for your injuries accountable, contact Diamore Law Group at 503-222-6333 or visit diamorelaw.com to schedule a free consultation. They are committed to fighting for the justice and compensation you deserve right here in Portland.
Freem Family Brewers has opened up a second location in Milwaukee just south of Portland, so you no longer have to make the trek all the way to Hood River just to get to their 20-plus taps of award-winning beer. They've moved into the historic Milwaukee City Hall building right into the old firehouse, and I hear they turned the old fire pole into a fully functioning tap. I would like to see that. Plus, this new location has 3 bars with seasonal cocktails, in addition to all the harder-to-find Freem beers. My go-to is the Japanese lager, and they're serving practically the same menu as their Hood River location, so you know their food is solid. I recommend anything on the menu that has their house-made beer cheese. It's so delicious. Freem Milwaukee is open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can see their full menu at freembeer.com. That's PFRIEM beer.com. Cooler weather's on the way, and if your windows are drafty or leaky, now is the time to act. This month, you can get 50% off all window styles at Window Nation. You can also put 0 down, make 0 payments, and pay 0 interest for 2 whole years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Window Nation uses windows made right here in Portland by Milgard. That's a good brand. They've got both an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and a 96% customer satisfaction rating with over 45,000 5-star reviews. Installation crews finish the job in 1 day or less, so you can enjoy what's left of summer with minimal disruption. And I gotta tell you, I had all of my windows replaced recently, and it's crazy how much more energy efficient my house has become. It's also just quieter, which I was not expecting. You can schedule a fast free estimate now with Window Nation at windownation.com. That's windownation.com, license number OR 249065. So, Tryon Creek, Babylon Restaurant, Capitol Highway Deli Market, which is seriously my new favorite establishment. Like, I just cannot believe how they're marketing themselves too. Like, they're just like, drive here, get a beer or a cheese soda. Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Get some strange soda, get some beer, get out on the trail, you know? Maybe that's what it's about.
Again, obsessed. I can't find one bag of chip in there. Just like, what's the deli for? Okay, whatever. So where would you take someone on the perfect date?
Okay. I'm going to retread Tryon Creek just briefly because it is a good place for a date. Also, I was there, I want to say like on a Wednesday at like 11 a couple months ago, walking with my friend Megan and her dog. And there was a couple, probably late 50s, early 60s, kissing passionately outside the Nation Center, which to me indicates how romantic of a location this could be. Because they look like they were long lost loves, you know, like they haven't seen each other in 20 years and they agreed to meet at that very spot at like a Wednesday at 11 and they were reunited at last.
Wow. So you would go there to recreate that kiss in a perfect date?
Well, I mean, I'd probably walk around a little bit. I don't know that I want you right by the nature center.
I know,
that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
I better really like you if that's happening. But there's also some other cool spots to take a date as well. This one, I don't know if you've ever been to Nansen Summit. Technically, this is Lake Oswego. Asterisk. It is in Lake warning. Trigger warning, Lake Oswego.
You're so kind. I'll make sure to do that at the very top of the episode too.
Yeah.
Okay, Lake Oswego. So you're really south then.
It's right on the border with Lake Oswego. Yeah. But it's a very tall hill. Again, in sort of the outskirts of Lake Oswego. You have to really hoof it up this hill. But there is a little park at the very top with some benches and views in all sorts of different directions. It's a great place to watch the sunset, kind of a traditional sunset spot, I would say. Good place for a date, you know. Again, get the beer from the market. Get the beer from the market, get the top of the hill, watch the sunset, admire some like rich houses over there too.
Yeah, what is it called again? I didn't quite
It's called Nansen Summit.
So what I've heard about this perfect date is that we're going to 2 outside places. Is there?
Are you more
else?
of an inside guy?
Well, I like both.
Okay.
You know, I like inside and outside. A patio is a perfect, hey, we're doing kind of both.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not dictating the perfect date here. This is for you to tell me, but I'm just asking, like, so we're hoofing it up a hill or we're going back to Tryon Creek? Is there anything else?
So something really cool and unique.
Okay.
They do let you be inside
Okay.
in this part of town, which is cool. I don't know if you know this, the original Pancake House is right over here.
Did not know that.
Get there on a weekday morning. It's busy as hell on the weekend. It's funny because I grew up near an original Pancake House franchise in Seattle that my friend was obsessed with. And now I live very close to the original one. It's off of Barber. And it's all about the pancakes, man. And everybody says that it's like, they're like, I've been to the other ones. And you can tell it's the original, you know?
You're like, this tastes like an original pancake here. I do have to say, though, that for a date, just a really romantic, mundane 8 a.m. date
Yeah.
at the original.
What time are you guys dating?
Jesus Christ. Well, let's talk about the locals. Like, where are they hanging out? I'm assuming for sure Tryon Creek and Nansen
Tryon
Summit.
Creek. Yeah. Well-tread spots, for sure, especially if there's something interesting to see in the sky. It's a good spot for that, too, the Nansen Summit is. There's a little pub called Bullseye Pub down on Southwest Capitol Highway. It's sort of this cozy little sports bar. Everybody knows everybody when you're in there.
That's nice.
And I will say, something I appreciate about it, at least one of the TVs is devoted to women's sports. I don't know if that's standard now. It's very cute in there. And they have they got to be competitive when it comes to beer and wine and cider. So they got a good selection of that too.
That's great. I love a restaurant with a daily special, by the way. I'm looking at their daily specials and we're taping this on a Friday. Right now, we can go fish and chips for $11. That's a 3-piece right there.
3-piece?
Yeah, $11. That's pretty good.
That's genuinely not bad.
Yeah, and if we wanted to like up it up and like 5-piece, $14. This is very, very affordable stuff here.
Yeah, very, and they do have a little patio. You were mentioning patio.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit outside there. Sit outside, snarf down some fish and chips. I've heard good things about the brisket. Oddly enough.
Yeah, they have prime rib. Like, okay.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Eat the brisket tacos. Hey, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but I think this is a pretty good first date spot.
Okay.
Just FYI. Just like if you're looking for pointers, because this has food, it's got a patio.
Yeah.
It's got some alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, I appreciate the pointers. You see a ring on the finger? No, I need help.
Well, where else are locals hanging out?
Oh, gosh. I wanted to shout out the Tryon Life Community Farm. Have you ever heard of these guys?
No, I'm Googling it right now.
They are right next to Tryon Creek State Park, and it's I would say like a little bit of a different vibe, but very Portland. It's a land project and event center that's open to the public on the weekends. You could bring a picnic. You could go walk around, do a little self-guided tour. They're doing a lot of like land stewardship and farming there. You can take classes, workshops. They have regular, I believe, monthly work parties as well, where kind of anybody can come in and check it out and learn something. They also have like classes for kids and for adults. It's a very cool little spot right next to, trigger warning, Tryon Creek State Park.
Oh, wow. Do they ever have food related stuff? Well, they have a fruit stand Sunday afternoons. That's really cool.
And it's also like a place where you could throw your own events, I think, but I haven't been to any of those.
Okay, can I just shout out something that's happening there that looks amazing?
Please.
Apple Fest, Sunday, September 21st, which is, coming up in a couple weeks, 1 to 4 p.m. Celebrate all things Apple. Apple tasting, fruit sales, hard cider, apple cider pressing, games and music, apple dessert, potluck. This is so cute. And it's $10 to $20 sliding scale. Kids are free. Just a heads up, I'm just like, this looks legit. Like, this looks fun.
Who are you bringing for your date to Apple Fest, by the way?
Did you want to come? I mean,
no.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
I was like, I was going to bring my partner, but Althea, you can come with us.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to mention about your neighborhood?
Did you know? I will mention the cows that live behind Stevenson Elementary. Love to take a little walk, get over, see those cows. I mean, we're coming up into fall, obviously, and it's that time of year when everybody takes their jack-o'-lanterns and brings them as, I consider it an offering to the cows.
So they won't kill you at night?
No. I'm not afraid of cows.
Okay.
Me and cows were like this. I'm crossing my fingers. But I love seeing them like stomp through the
that is really cute.
the pumpkin and all that. It's also one of those things that I love about Portland generally is that it feels like the town from The Simpsons in some ways.
Imagine why.
Imagine why. But like, of course, there's an active volcano in city limits. And also you could just go walk and see a bunch of cows. And we also have, just any number of things under the umbrella that feel like they would serve the plot of a particular episode.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. If you don't know, Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, grew up in Portland in the Southwest Hills. So that is why all of our streets are actually Simpsons names. It's not that they were named after The Simpsons, but Lovejoy, Flanders, all that. He just named all his characters after Portland streets. And he did take a lot of the kind of vibe of Springfield.
Yeah.
And he kind of just was like, yeah, Portland and all the surrounding areas. And it's kind of funny because when you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the never-ending tire fire because I know there's one in Springfield. I'm like, where are we hiding it?
Wasn't there a tire fire not that long ago?
I think so.
There was a tire, I want to say it was either in Park Rose or in the Ross Island Sand and Gravel had a big tire fire.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And it wouldn't go out. And I was just like, oh, the prophecy has come through.
The Simpsons predicts everything.
It's true. Well, thank you so much, Althea, for giving us a little tour of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Bullseye Pub looks really cool. I'd go to Bullseye Pub. I gotta be honest.
I should have known that would be in your repertoire.
What, you mean food and drink?
It's written all over your face.
Well, I appreciate you breaking down your neighborhood with us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me shout out the neighborhood spots.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend or rate and leave us a good review. It really helps us out. And don't forget, you can support this show and get some great perks by becoming a CityCast neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm for all the details. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you with Slims.